What if waking up between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. isn't random, but a divine signal meant to guide you toward your highest purpose? Stay tuned as we decode the hidden meanings behind each hour, explore how to harness this sacred energy, and reveal practical steps to transform your life forever. The answers might just change everything you thought you knew about yourself. It's a profound mystery that humanity will one day unravel, a revelation so transformative it will redefine our understanding of existence. But what if the answer to this mystery isn't just about how the universe operates? What if it simultaneously answers why existence unfolds as it does? Pause for a moment before life distracts you further, and consider this. What if everything you've been taught about who you are, your past, your identity, even your very existence, was incomplete or misleading? Visionaries like physicist John Wheeler uncovered truths that challenge the very foundation of our reality. You are not merely a fleeting human living a finite life. You are an eternal presence, never beginning, never ending. Most people will never realize this truth, but you're here now for a reason. Once you see beyond the veil, you'll understand that you've always known this deep down. Acting on this knowledge could change everything, but only if you dare to look deeper before it's too late. Since the day you were born, a story has been written for you, not by you, but for you. A name was given, roles assigned, boundaries drawn, and you accepted them because everyone else did too. Yet, deep inside, haven't you always felt something wasn't quite right? Haven't the limits imposed upon you, the ones you internalized as normal, felt alien, as though they weren't truly yours? What if I told you that this carefully constructed narrative of who you are is the greatest illusion of your life? John Wheeler, the physicist whose work revolutionized quantum mechanics, discovered something astonishing: the participatory universe. This concept suggests that observers don't just reveal reality, they create it. You aren't a passive spectator in this universe. You're the director, writer, actor, and stage all rolled into one. Somewhere along the way, however, you forgot this truth. Think about it. Every time you look in the mirror, you see a body and think, "This is me." But whose eyes are you looking through? Who's the one thinking that thought? Science tells us that the cells in your body are constantly dying and being replaced. The body you inhabit today isn't the same one you had 10 years ago. Even your brain, often considered the control center, has rewired itself countless times. If your body is always changing, how can it possibly define who you are? Wheeler's discoveries go deeper. He proved that time itself isn't what we think it is. What you call the past and future are constructs, a kind of mental framework giving the illusion of movement. In reality, everything is happening now. The you from yesterday and the you from tomorrow aren't separate entities. They're threads woven into the same infinite fabric, and you are the loom. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine reality as a movie reel, where each frame exists simultaneously. What you perceive as time is merely the projection of these frames in sequence. Here's the divine truth: the movie only plays because you're watching it. Wheeler's participatory universe reveals that without an observer, reality doesn't exist. Your awareness isn't just part of the equation, it is the equation. This means you aren't bound by the story you've been told. You aren't a fixed character in some divine script. You are the pen, the page, and the ink, and you've been writing this story all along. But what happens when the pen forgets it's the author? That's where the illusion of the ego comes in. The ego is like a mischievous shadow whispering in your ear that you're small, separate, and powerless. It feeds on fear, thrives on doubt, and convinces you that the world is happening to you rather than through you. But here's what they don't tell you: the ego is a glitch, a program running on a loop. Imagine wearing a headset that convinces you you're lost in a dense, terrifying forest. You hear growls of unseen predators, feel the cold air clawing at your skin, and panic. You fight, you run, but the moment you take off the headset, you realize the forest wasn't real, it was a projection. This is the nature of the ego, a filter that distorts reality, making you believe you're something you're not. The longer you wear it, the more you forget what's real. Wheeler's theories dismantle this illusion. He showed that reality isn't a cold, indifferent machine. It's fluid, alive, and responsive. Every thought, emotion, and choice you make sends ripples through the fabric of existence. You are the observer, the creator, the architect of this grand design. Most people never realize this because they never remove the headset. Do you feel it yet? That quiet, persistent knowing that everything you've ever doubted about yourself might actually be true? That the limits you've accepted, the fears you've carried, were never really yours? You've experienced glimpses of this before, moments of synchronicity when you thought of someone just before they called, or when life seemed to align in ways that defied explanation. Wheeler's work tells us this isn't coincidence. It's the universe responding to your awareness. But what happens when you stop seeing it as random and start wielding it intentionally? That's when the shift begins. That's when you stop being the wave tossed and turned by the ocean and remember that you are the ocean itself, vast, infinite, unstoppable. Imagine this. You've been playing a role in a story so convincing, so detailed, that you forgot it was just that, a role. Everything you've labeled as me, your name, memories, struggles, even victories, are like costumes and props in a theater production. They feel real because you've invested so much in them, rehearsing them over and over again. But deep down, you've always suspected there's something more. Wheeler's discoveries confirm it. You aren't just playing a role, you're the playwright, the director, and the stage itself. The twist is this: the moment you realize this, the script changes. Consider a whirlpool in a river. It seems separate, doesn't it? It has a distinct shape, its own motion, its own identity. But is it really separate, or is it simply the river in motion, a temporary form in an infinite flow? You are that whirlpool. Everything you call you, your thoughts, emotions, body, is like the swirling water, constantly shifting and changing. But the river, the awareness beneath it all, has no beginning and no end. Wheeler described this beautifully when he talked about the universe as a self-excited circuit, a loop that exists because it observes itself. You aren't a passive passenger in this loop. You are its source. Pause for a moment and consider this. If everything you think you are is constantly changing, then what remains? Who or what is observing those changes? Who is the constant witness behind every thought, emotion, and experience? Close your eyes and feel it, that still, unchanging awareness. That's you, not the you that plays roles or tells stories, but the real you. Wheeler's work reveals that this awareness isn't just personal. It's universal. The same awareness that observes your life observes the universe itself, the stars, galaxies, the entire divinity, all arising within this infinite field of awareness. And you are that field. Now here's where it gets truly mind-blowing. Wheeler's idea of the participatory universe means that not only are you observing reality, but you're shaping it. Think about the implications of that. Every thought you have, every intention you set, every emotion you feel sends ripples through the fabric of existence. The observer effect shows that particles don't exist in a fixed state until they're observed. The universe isn't a machine, it's a symphony, and you're the conductor. Every note you play shapes the melody of your life. But here's the thing most people miss: the ego hates this truth. It fights it, clings to the illusion of control, convincing you that you're separate, small, and powerless. Why? Because the ego thrives on fear and limitation. The moment you see through it, it loses its grip. It's like stepping out of a dark room into sunlight. Suddenly, everything is clear. Once you've seen the light, you can never unsee it. Most people glimpse the truth but don't integrate it. They see the illusion but don't step beyond it. This is your opportunity to go further, to step fully into the awareness that you aren't just a participant in this universe, you are its creator. The decisions you make, the thoughts you choose to entertain, the beliefs you hold, these are the building blocks of reality. Wheeler called it from bit, the idea that everything we see and experience emerges from yes or no decisions, binary choices. Every moment of your life is an opportunity to decide, will I believe in the illusion of separation, or will I remember my infinite nature? Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. You can continue living as the character in the story, reacting to the plot as it unfolds, or you can take control of the pen and start writing the story you were meant to live. And here's the most important part, you've always had this power. It's been there waiting for you to remember. Wheeler's work isn't just a scientific theory, it's a roadmap back to your true self, a self that is limitless, timeless, and inseparable from the universe itself. This is your moment to wake up. Are you ready? Let's go even deeper, beyond what most people dare to confront. Think about everything you've ever feared: loss, failure, rejection, death. Where do those fears come from? They come from the belief that you're separate from the world around you, that there's a line between you and everything else. But here's the truth, that line doesn't exist. It's like drawing a boundary in the ocean and pretending the water on one side is different from the water on the other. Wheeler's participatory universe proves this illusion of separation is exactly that, an illusion. The universe doesn't exist as something out there. It exists because you perceive it, and because of that, you're never separate from it. You're the ocean, not the drop. Bring this to life with something you can feel. Close your eyes and imagine a moment when you felt completely connected, watching a sunset, hearing a song that moved you, standing under a sky full of stars. In that moment, there was no you and other. There was just an overwhelming sense of being. That wasn't coincidence. That was reality showing you its true face. In that moment, you weren't observing the universe, you were the universe. That connection you felt wasn't fleeting. It's who you are underneath the noise of the ego. The problem is, most people spend their entire lives drowning in that noise, never realizing the silence was there all along. This is why the idea of death terrifies us so much. We think it's the end. But how can something infinite have an end? Wheeler's theories make this crystal clear. Time isn't linear. It's not a straight line with a beginning and an end. It's a loop, a spiral, an eternal now. What you think of as your past and future are simply perspectives within this infinite present. And here's the part that changes everything. If you were never truly born, how can you ever truly die? Your awareness doesn't begin or end. It simply shifts, like a wave returning to the ocean. You don't disappear. You become everything. But let's not stop there. This isn't just about understanding that you're timeless and infinite. It's about living it. What does it mean to step into this truth? It means you no longer see yourself as a victim of circumstances. You realize every challenge, every heartbreak, every loss was never something happening to you. It was the universe reshaping itself through you, teaching you, guiding you. When you stop resisting that flow, life transforms. The struggles lose their grip. The fear dissolves. You realize that the very thing you've been running from was the key to your liberation. Think about how often you've blamed yourself for not being enough, smart enough, strong enough, successful enough. What if those feelings were never yours to begin with? What if they were just part of the ego's story, designed to keep you small? Wheeler's discoveries show that you're not here to prove yourself. You're here to create, to explore, to remember. The universe doesn't judge you. It responds to you. Every thought, belief, and emotion shapes the fabric of reality. If you believe you're limited, that's what you'll see. But the moment you remember your true nature, the moment you realize you're not the wave, but the ocean, everything shifts. Right now, you might be feeling a mix of emotions, curiosity, excitement, maybe even fear. That's normal. The ego doesn't like being challenged. It will fight to keep you in the story you've been living, to keep you asleep. But you have a choice. You can let the ego keep running the show, or you can step beyond it. This isn't about becoming something new. It's about remembering what you've always been: infinite, timeless, whole. But here's the catch: most people never realize this. They stay asleep, trapped in the ego's illusion, believing they're separate from the universe. They live their entire lives as waves, never realizing they've always been the ocean. But you're different. You're here listening to this because a part of you already knows the truth. A part of you has been waiting for this moment to remember. This is your turning point. You can let this knowledge fade into the background, just another idea you forget about tomorrow. Or you can take the leap. You can choose to step into the truth of who you really are, to claim your role as the creator of your reality. Wheeler's work isn't just a theory. It's an invitation to stop searching and start creating, to stop living as the effect and start living as the cause. Because the truth is, you are never small, never powerless, never separate. You've always been infinite. The universe is waiting for you to remember. So, what will you create next? The choice is yours. It always has been. The beauty of awakening lies in what it reveals about human potential. We are not limited beings destined to live small, confined lives. Instead, we are powerful creators capable of shaping reality itself. This truth has been obscured from us because it threatens systems that thrive on our disempowerment. Now is the time to wake up, not because someone told you to, but because your heart knows it's right. Trust that inner voice, follow that quiet knowing, and step into your power. The illusion of limitation has held humanity captive for far too long. We've been taught to see ourselves as small, separate beings, fragile creatures navigating a harsh and indifferent universe. But what if this perception is not only false but also deliberately designed to keep us disempowered? The truth, the one that visionaries like John Wheeler uncovered, is that you are infinite. You are the observer, the creator, and the architect of your reality. And the moment you realize this, everything changes. Let's dive deeper into how you can harness this understanding to transform your life. Imagine waking up at 3 a.m., a time often regarded as sacred or mystical. Why does this hour feel so charged with energy? From a scientific perspective, it aligns with the REM phase of sleep, a period when your subconscious mind is most active. This is the perfect opportunity to connect with your inner self, to hear the whispers of divine guidance. Many spiritual traditions believe this is when the veil between worlds is thinnest, allowing you to tap into higher frequencies and access profound insights. Take Joseph from the Bible, for example. His dreams during these nocturnal awakenings guided him and protected his family. When he feared for their safety under Archelaus' rule, a dream warned him to seek refuge in Nazareth instead. These moments weren't random, they were messages meant to lead him towards safety and fulfillment. Similarly, when King Hezekiah faced death, his desperate prayer was answered with healing and renewed life. God told him, "I have heard your prayer and seen your tears. I will heal you." Against all odds, Hezekiah rose from his sickbed, healed and filled with gratitude. These stories remind us that even in our darkest hours, there is hope, and waking up between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. could be your gateway to receiving similar guidance. But how do you make the most of these magical awakenings? Start by embracing stillness. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and open your heart. Feel the energy around you, it's alive, pulsating with possibility. Use this time to pray, meditate, or journal. Ask yourself, what emotions am I feeling right now? What worries me? What needs to change for me to find peace? By engaging in this practice consistently, you'll begin to notice patterns and synchronicities that guide you toward clarity and purpose. Consider Jesus entering the Garden of Gethsemane late at night. Surrounded by shadows and heavy tension, he prayed fervently, seeking strength and surrender. His words resonated deeply within him, dissolving doubt and replacing it with an overwhelming sense of divine presence. You too can experience this connection. As dawn approaches, reflect on your goals for the day. What steps can you take to improve your well-being and happiness? Just as Jesus' resurrection symbolized victory over death and new beginnings, each morning offers you a chance to rise above struggles and embrace transformation. This process isn't always easy. Some days, fear and doubt may seem insurmountable. But remember, awakening is not a destination, it's an ongoing journey. Each day brings new opportunities to choose truth over illusion, love over fear, and freedom over limitation. Progress isn't linear, and setbacks are part of growth. Yet, every step forward strengthens your resolve and expands your awareness. One powerful tool for breaking through old patterns is visualization. Picture yourself handling challenges with grace and confidence. If you catch yourself imagining failure, rewrite the script. Visualize supportive outcomes instead. Engage all your senses. What do you see, hear, feel? The more vividly you imagine these scenarios, the more real they become to your brain. Over time, this practice reshapes your energy field, aligning you with possibilities previously hidden from view. Here's the key insight. Your thoughts aren't just fleeting ideas, they're creations. Every emotion, whether fueled by fear or love, sends ripples through the quantum web of existence. A single thought might create a small wave, but when charged with intense emotion, it becomes a tsunami, shaping your reality with incredible force. Most people let their emotions run on autopilot, reacting to external events without realizing they're actually causing their experiences. But what if you flipped the script? What if you chose to wake up with gratitude, excitement, and intention? That emotional energy would vibrate outward, attracting opportunities that match your vibrational frequency. For the next 24 hours, become hyper-aware of your emotions. When you feel joy, amplify it. When fear or doubt arises, observe it, question it, and release it. This simple shift will send ripples through the quantum web, aligning your reality in ways that astonish you. Remember, your emotions aren't just responses, they're blueprints for your universe. Master them, and you master your reality. Now, imagine this. In this very instant, there are infinite versions of you, each living a unique reality. Which version are you tuned into? Are you stuck in a story of struggle, or are you ready to step into a life of abundance and joy? The choice is yours. All it takes is a decision to focus on the reality you want to experience. Like changing channels on a television, you can tune into a version of yourself that thrives, succeeds, and radiates limitless potential. But here's the deeper truth: the universe isn't happening to you, it's responding through you. Every triumph, every heartbreak, every fleeting moment of joy or pain reflects the awareness behind them. This awareness is the thread connecting all your experiences. It's timeless, unchanging, and eternal. Once you recognize this, you'll see that the universe has always been waiting for you to wake up to yourself. So, what will you create next? The power lies within you. Take one bold step today. Drop a single word in the comments that captures how you feel in this moment. Ready, awakened, limitless. Whatever resonates with you. That one word isn't just a thought, it's a declaration. It's your signal to the universe that you're stepping into your infinite potential. If you're not subscribed yet, ask yourself why. Here, we don't skim the surface, we go deeper than anyone else dares. We uncover truths that can transform your life in ways you never imagined. This is your invitation to join a community of creators, architects of reality, shaping a universe that aligns with who they truly are. The universe is waiting. The next revelation is already unfolding, but only for those who dare to look. Don't be left out. Subscribe now, drop your word, and take the next step toward becoming the limitless force you've always known you were meant to be. Energy is not just a mystical concept, it's a tangible force that shapes our reality. Throughout this journey, we've explored how our thoughts, emotions, and actions create an energetic field that influences every aspect of our lives. The power to transform your life lies within you, waiting to be harnessed. Through practices like mindful breathing, visualization, and emotional mastery, you can reshape your energy field and, by extension, your reality. This isn't about wishful thinking, it's about creating lasting change through intention and action. As you continue on this path of energy mastery, approach it with curiosity and openness. There will always be new depths to explore, new techniques to learn, and new ways to apply your skills. Embrace this lifelong practice, and you'll be amazed at the transformations you can create, not just in your own life, but in the collective energy of humanity itself. After all, we are not separate beings. We are interconnected threads in the grand tapestry of existence, each contributing to the harmony or discord of the whole. The mirror of the universe reflects back exactly what you project. If you focus on fear, lack, and limitation, that's what you'll see. But if you choose love, abundance, and possibility, the reflection will shine brightly with infinite potential. Wheeler's participatory universe isn't just a theory, it's a call to action. It invites you to step fully into your role as co-creator of reality, shaping a world that aligns with your highest vision. Now, close your eyes once more. Feel the vastness of your awareness. Recognize that you are not bound by the illusions of the ego. You are the ocean, not the wave. You are the infinite field of consciousness, the source from which all things arise. Let this realization wash over you, filling you with peace, clarity, and purpose. Then, open your eyes and step boldly into the life you were born to live. Your awakening has begun. The universe is ready. Are you?